help him anyway.
Hey, good morning, folks. We've got a little something special for you today. We are down at the historic Hotel Beale. We want to thank Damon for being generous and opening up this morning. And Teddy says good morning to everyone. We were just going to get together a little bit this morning and talk about some Kingman history. It's quite a little bit of history here, to say the very least. Mr. Greg, how are you doing?
I am doing awesome, Jim. How are you?
Isn't this great?
This is absolutely amazing.
You know, kind of personal history, I used to spend a lot of time sitting right there. There was a beautiful wooden couch. I used to spend a lot of time sitting right there, sipping
That's
a
awesome.
cold beer, talking with people. Back in the 70s. Kind of an amazing thing here. This is really a neat property. The Hendersons have really worked hard to kind of at least preserve it and keep it intact with a lot of the original furnishings. And Damon surprised me this morning. I knew some of the celebrity stories, but I wasn't aware of some of the stories he was telling us.
Yeah, the Greta Garbo stayed there, and the Lindberghs. Very, very cool.
One of the things that makes this really special is that most of the furnishings are original.
Well, yeah, they did a fantastic job of preserving what was originally with this place. So many places they gut them. They feel like, oh, we have to redo the place. When what makes the character and the spirit of the place is all the things in it and all the people that interacted with it.
Well, I mean, of course, the big one, one of the most famous, has to be Charles Lindbergh and his wife that stayed here.
That's pretty awesome.
And a lot of people don't realize that. Making sure we have volume here this morning.
It sounds like we have volume. Do we have volume, guys? It sounds like
volume and a little dark here.
Hey, good morning, Chris Lay. And Art Steers is watching from the NAC. How are you this morning? Hope you're having an amazing day. We're at the, can I say where we're at?
Yeah,
we're at the
Beale.
Hotel Beale. We're upstairs. We're on the mezzanine. And I'm going to do a little painting for everybody. This is really incredible. This place is
See if you can see a little better here.
There's the staircase, absolutely amazing. And look at the lighting fixtures.
Yeah, the hotel, the Hubs property burned here about 1900, and Tom Devine, Andy Devine's father, acquired this property and was proprietor here for a long time. And any of the younger folks probably won't know who Andy Devine was, but he was at television. It was a sidekick on the Wild Bill Hickok television program. Starred in hundreds and hundreds of movies. He was always a sidekick for John Wayne and things. Had a real gravelly voice.
You have a very unique voice.
Uh-huh.
That's how I always remember him.
We've got it's a little dark situation here. Kind of gives it a nice haunting.
Oh, it does look haunting.
Like that.
Oh yeah, because we're all backlit.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But it's this is an amazing old place. It just really is. You can just feel the history here. Yeah, the history here is extraordinary.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, it's palpable. Absolutely amazing. Just all the details here. This copper ceiling, for God's sake. Unreal. Unreal. Hey, good morning, Leo. We're at the
Miss
Beale
Rosie,
Hotel.
how are you doing this morning?
And, we're at the Beale Hotel on Beale Street.
Yeah, we got.
This is a very rare example.
We talking about Charles Lindbergh was here. He established the TAT Airlines back in 2829, and one of the stops was here in Kingman. One of the things we've not confirmed yet is that Amelia Earhart was one of the ones we're looking for. But Andy Sansom down at the museum has confirmed that she was here for like the ribbon cutting. But Damon, like I say, he really surprised me this morning. I wasn't aware that Greta Garbo had been a guest here. And of course, Charles Lindbergh and his wife were guests. They stayed right down the hall. Buster Keaton was here in 1925 and used this kind of as his headquarters when he was filming the movie Go West. And a lot of that was filmed out at Tab Duncan's ranch north of town, which is now the Diamond Bar Ranch, kind of a dude ranch out there. But it's lots and lots of history. Miss Rosie, how are things in Needles? It's really interesting. My connection here was I started doing ranch work in the mid-'70s, and I would spend, when I came into, let's see if I can fix that, Miss Rosie, just a second.
Hotel.
Is the volume a little better there for you, Rosie?
Can everybody see me okay and hear me okay? Because I have it on my hotspot, so I don't know if this is...
Mike May, how are you doing today? But my connection here, I used to, when I was working ranches, and I kept a room right down the hall, second door, and spent a lot of time here. I worked for Martin Lawrence, doing odds and ends around here, a little bit of maintenance and clean up down in the basement. And this was my home away from home. Rosie, that's great. Rosie Ramos down at Fender's Resort in Needles is watching us today, and they've been working on getting their neon signs restored down there, so that's kind of an exciting project in development.
Yeah, we did the show down there, and that was great. That was really fun. What a beautiful place, right on the river.
Yeah, this is the cornerstone, really, for Kingman's. This is the heart of Kingman. It really is. The history here is just so lengthy. It's just hard to put into words. You think about Charles Lindbergh and Greta Garbo, just for those two being here. Will Rogers had introduced Andy Devine to his wife, and I understand that he was a frequent guest here. And it's just really amazing, and the Henderson family has done such a good job with the resources at hand to preserve this, to hold it together, and keep as many of the original furnishings as possible.
This is no small undertaking. No small
This
undertaking.
is what Damon said. There was like 75 rooms.
75 rooms. Yeah. Incredible.
Yeah, and they updated the property here in, I believe it was 1916 or 17. The front half is the old part, and then they built a 3-story section in the back. And yeah, pretty amazing property. What do you think of this?
I think it's absolutely incredible. And Vicki Gibbons had said that when she first moved here, there were all little shops in here.
Yeah, they had little shops for a while. They tried like a mini mall situation, and for a multitude of reasons, it just didn't quite work. And one of the reasons was Kingman, the Renaissance wasn't here yet. They were ahead of the Henderson family was ahead of their times with this. So as a result, it wasn't doable.
Timing is everything.
It always is. It's always. But I'm really excited. I'm grateful for the opportunity to show this to people, and we'll take a spin here in just a minute and kind of give people a peek behind the scenes a little bit.
Because there's so much to see here. Every little corner has something that's fascinating. Even all the old radiators. Do you say radiator or radiator?
Call me anything but late for dinner.
Yeah, I always say radiator. I don't know if that's right or wrong.
This the property had there's a steam boiler that was part of the property here, and the radiator in the cellar here supplied the heat for this building and the buildings next door, and I understand most of the block. And if you're out tonight, I'll be doing a walking tour. Tonight is the First Friday activities.
Oh, right, First Friday.
Downtown Kingman. Kingman Center for the Arts will be open. They'll be closing Beale Street, having a lot of things go on there. And I'll be doing a walking tour downtown. And
where are you starting your walking tour from?
I'll be starting the walking tour from the Railroad Depot, and the Kingman Railroad Museum is going to have special hours. They'll be open until 6 o'clock tonight as part of the First Friday activities. But when we walk down along the front tonight, I'll show you that in the 1950s, it became very, very fashionable for communities to try to appear modern and hide the old buildings. So what they did a lot in the 40s and 50s was cover the fronts with what they thought was modern, new awnings and brickwork and things. But when we go by tonight, and I'll show you some pictures later, if you look out front, you can still see the cast iron columns from like 1900 and the glassed bricks up above that lit, had
Wow.
lighting into the lobby and the restaurant.
That's awesome.
It's pretty amazing stuff here. But this is a real time capsule. And you look at the skylight and the woodwork and the light fixtures.
Oh yeah, that skylight is insane. That is like an amazing architectural feat. It's there used to be really true craftsmen doing everything, and then they did it with hand tools. That's the part that's incredible to me.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing that they were able to accomplish.
Yeah, absolutely. And that wonderful staircase. On the old switchboards. Gosh. Absolutely. Oh, and Jim, are these vents right here? Like, so they'd open these up? And
That's what I would guess, yes. We'll have to ask Damon
Oh, he'll know.
for more detail on that, but it's beautiful. Mike, are you coming down for the fun run? It's a really rare opportunity we have here this morning.
Oh, from Brazil, Alex Carla, how are you? We are at the Beale Hotel on Hill Street in Keaton.
Like I say, this was the nightlife here. The Nighthawk Saloon, and downstairs in the basement was the Sunk Bar.
This is we're very, very thankful for letting us.
And there was a bar and barber shop downstairs. Everything happened here at the Beale Hotel.
It's really just amazing. And they've done a wonderful job of preserving all of the original stuff that was in there. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it's quite amazing, Leah. It really is. We're really grateful for Damon to open up for us today. Paul, we all do. It's just really something. I'm glad everybody could join us this morning. This is kind of an abbreviated program, but just wanted to share with you some of the marvelous things that we've got here in Kingman, a little bit of the history, kind of give you an introduction before we do the walking tour tonight. And we'll talk a little bit more about the history, but like I say, it's quite astounding that Charles Lindbergh was here, his wife, Amelia Earhart, Will Rogers. This was a bus station. This was on the National Old Trails Road. It's mentioned in travel guides from the I have some AAA guidebooks from 1928, and the hotel was listed there. And to give you an idea on how luxurious this was compared to its neighbor, the Brunswick. The Brunswick, as I recall, was $1 a night for your rooms, and the Beale Hotel was $2.25 a night.
Oh, wow.
This was state-of-the-art, top of the line.
What was that
Pure
section?
class.
Oh, I'm sorry. What was that section back there? It's, was that the dining area?
Yeah, the Beale Cafe was downstairs, and you can see the benches here. Still, everything's there.
Yeah.
For the this was the bus station.
Oh.
Western Union was here.
Wow, absolutely.
No, there will not be a tour of the Beale Hotel. This is just by special arrangement from the family. They were very generous to allow us to do this today.
We're inside the Beale Hotel right now. Damon, let us take a walk around.
We'll be starting at 6 o'clock at the railroad depot, but I suggest coming down around 4 o'clock, checking out all the shops for the First Friday activities, checking out the First Friday activities. Beale Street's going to be closed. A lot of activities down between 4th and 5th Street. And It's going to be a really fun evening. Allie Nichols. Sorry for that interruption. Wanted to do kind of an abbreviated program today, but I wanted to share this with you. We had this rare opportunity, and hope you can join us downtown tonight. And also wanted a couple quick things I'll tell you. Check in with KingmanTourism.com. It's going to be a new initiative coming soon, and you'll find out a lot of information about the Promote Kingman walking tours and some other things that will be going on down here. And of course, we've got the Route 66 Fun Run weekend coming up on the 14th at Mojave Museum of History and Arts. There'll be a lot of special presentations. It's the museum's anniversary. I'll be speaking there on Saturday at 2 o'clock on the 14th.
Oh, that would be fun.
Folks, thanks for joining us this morning. It's been kind of it's really hard to find words.
It
to
is.
describe what an amazing opportunity this is.
Let's take a little walk down the stairs.
Give you a quick panoramic here. This is the room that Charles Lindbergh stayed in.
Hey Jim, do you know what this was over here?
Just 1 second. Folks, thank you for joining us today. This has been a real rare treat. I'm really honored to be doing this, and I want to thank the Henderson family, and I sure want to thank Teddy. Folks, we'll see you a little bit later. We got a lot of special programs coming up. You can find more information on Jim Hinckley's America, JimHinckley'sAmerica.com. Our sponsor today is Roadrunner Lodge in Tucumcari, New Mexico. If you stop, say howdy to Amanda and David Brenner. And of course, we're also viewer sponsored. Folks, thanks for joining us today.